Kia ora and welcome to a new video from NZ Pocket Guide. Today I'm going to give you some tips if you are currently planning your trip to New Zealand and want to know how to get started. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so to begin with, let's talk about the best time to come to travel to New Zealand. In my personal opinion, the best time to come to travel to New Zealand are spring and autumn, where you'll still experience some pretty good weather, but without the price tag that summer comes with. So spring in New Zealand is September, October and November, and autumn in New Zealand is March, April and May. Next up, we have how long to travel to New Zealand for. If you're traveling to New Zealand for only 1 to 2 weeks, it is best to only explore one of the 2 major islands of New Zealand. This will allow you to make the most of your trip there. However, if you're coming to New Zealand for longer than 2 weeks, let's say 3 weeks to a month, then you will have plenty of time to do both islands and experience what the whole country have to offer. Next up on our list, we have choosing a travel method. There are a lot of different travel methods for people coming to travel to New Zealand. You can either rent a car, rent a camper van, or even use the extensive bus network and even fly from one city to another if there is something you want to do. I'm not really a big fan of flying, as most of the enjoyment in traveling in New Zealand is really driving around and taking in the landscapes. Make sure that you look on nzpocketguide.com for some tips on all those transportation methods so you can choose which one is the best for you. Let's talk about accommodations. There is a wide range of accommodations in New Zealand. Seriously, there is everything from the luxury lodges to the hostels. And hostels can be quite flexible in New Zealand and extremely versatile. In hostels, you'll be able to use the communal facilities no matter which rooms you are booking. But you are able to book yourself family rooms as well as private rooms. So if you want to save some money and are traveling with the whole family, why not booking yourself an entire bunk dorm? This will help you save a lot of money when traveling in the country. Next up on the list, we have what to pack and what to bring, things you should not forget. And maybe you should even plan ahead to bring those things. First up, we have your visa. Depending on which country you are from, you may not need to apply for a visitor visa to New Zealand, but you still will have to sort out the NZDT and the IVL. You also will need to bring your driver license, New Zealand dollars as a currency, as well as your travel and medical insurance. Next up on our list, let's talk about cell phone. You may want to stay connected when traveling around New Zealand, so you need to get yourself a local SIM card as well as a prepay plan in order to be able to contact either home as well as also your transportation options or your activity providers. There are some free Wi-Fi hotspots around the country with, various degrees of efficacy, let's say. Finally, let's talk about budgeting. Budgeting for a trip to New Zealand can be quite tricky. There is a lot of cost to take in consideration between transportation, accommodation and food. But food can be a place where you can either shave off a lot of money or spend a lot of money, depending on where your priorities are. So make sure that you look into the cost of food in New Zealand. We do have some articles on the website for you, so you know what you are in for. I hope that you did find this video useful, and there is much more information on nzpocketguide.com, so make sure to check it out. And the whole team is joining me in wishing you the best time ever in New Zealand.